Today's topic in our webinar today, we will be talking about detailed network diagrams, why they need them, and more importantly, how to get them. There is a questions tab in your GoToWebinar console, so feel free to ask any questions. I'll get to the questions towards the end of the webinar. So with that said, I'll go and get started. There's a couple of PowerPoint slides that I will be going through. Then after that, I'll show you the introduction of NetTrain, NetTrain's network discovery capabilities, NetTrain's collector, and also the type of diagrams you can produce in NetTrain. So everyone should be able to see my slides. So the need for network documentation. Why is network documentation important? So one of many questions and we ask people when they look for network documentation is, how do you currently document the network today? When we usually do this webinar, we usually have a polling question, but I can't figure out how to do that for today, so I apologize. So the majority of people that do respond, let's say they use either Visio, spreadsheets, they either have a network management system like a SolarWinds, or yet there's nothing documented. It's all in the head of one person that's been in charge of the IT networks for 20 years. And if that person leaves, what happens with all that knowledge? So why is network documentation important? Is it to help you troubleshoot your network faster? What can it help you reduce your costs in regards to buying unnecessary equipment? A better way to plan the network, as well as decrease any type of security risk on your network. So that's some of the items that many of our customers, as well as people in general who use network documentation, help strive for. Again, ability to find a better way to help find stranded assets, utilize your servers that you haven't been using for a while instead of going out and buy new assets, a better way to plan the capacity of your networks, but most importantly is to find information fast and quickly to help reduce troubleshooting time, as well as lower your downtime. So what happens when there's a major network incident? So the NOC operators, the network engineers, as this slide kind of illustrates, that's usually when network documentation is the most important. When there's an outage, something happens to your network, do people scramble, try to find the spreadsheets, video diagrams, or go to whiteboard and start drawing out the network? So once a issue or outage is fixed, what happens next? They go back to the routine. Network documentation takes a back seat. So they repeat that cycle over and over again. Management will insist that there's got to be something to change to prevent these incidents, and then nothing really happens after that incident happens. Or they go overboard and go out and buy the whole kitchen sink and find a robust system that takes a team of consultants to deploy a system. If there's a better way, an easier way, and a more affordable way to help document your network that's automated, would that be something that would be helpful for your organization? So again, the importance of documenting your network, capacity planning, having a better way to find your network assets, as well as a lower mean time to repair. So again, these are some of the items why network documentation should be a priority in regards to your network projects. Again, network documentation shouldn't be taking a back seat in regards to high-level priority projects. Again, if you can help reduce the amount of money your IT department spends on new equipment, a better way to help better plan the capacity of your networks, as well as reduce any type of fines or SLA in regards to finding a shorter way to find information about your network faster. So I'll talk a little bit about our software, NetTerrain. NetTerrain is a network documentation software solution. NetTerrain Logical is our network topology type mapper. It has a network discovery engine, which I'll be showing to you shortly. It uses SNMP, CDP, LLDP. If you want to search for your what's loaded in your Windows servers, we have a WMI as well, Nmap. So different protocols to go out and discover your network. In addition, we also have connectors through APIs that connects to your SolarWinds Orion, NPM, ServiceNow, CA Spectrum, AWS, Azure, and vCenter. So again, multiple different ways to automate your network documentation. Again, through our discovery engine, as well as through our connectors. So with NetTerrain, in the next slide, not only can you create, which will be automatically displayed, the network topology maps, which many network engineers are very familiar in seeing. You can also build a physical representation of your networks, whether they're in telecom rooms, data centers, if you want to document your office floor plan, showing all the connections, showing the racks, the equipment in the racks, as well as the connections. That's something in addition you can get in NetTerrain. So this is what helps customers look at NetTerrain further. So not only does it do the network discovery, show the network topology type maps, but you can also create your hierarchical drill down type diagrams. So again, network documentation means different things for different people. So the majority of our customers use NetTerrain like the network topology maps. And again, we give you the flexibility to build your hierarchical physical diagrams. So as I mentioned before, you can also document your virtual environments as well as your cloud environments, all in one tool in NetTerrain. So as I mentioned, with NetTerrain, we have an SNMP network discovery, connectors. Didn't talk about our spreadsheet import, since a lot of our customers have bringing data from spreadsheets. You could definitely import that into NetTerrain. In addition, you can also import your video diagrams. For customers doing fiber plants, you can also import KMZ, KML files as well. And lastly, you can also bring in data from a legacy CA product. It was called NetViz. So I will be going through a NetTerrain now, and then after that, I'll go through some questions. All right. So NetTerrain is comprised of, I'll go here, of a catalog. The catalog contains objects of nodes, racks, and devices. So if you're familiar with Visio, it's a very similar concept. So for example, if you want to bring in a building, basically drag and drop. Drag and drop. You can resize it, rotate it. Every object contains data fields. These data fields are customizable, meaning you can add as many data fields as you like. So People that have, for example, like SolarWinds, they ask why do we need something like NetTerrain? Well, NetTerrain helps complement your existing network management systems. SolarWinds does a great job of alerting you if something's down, but it doesn't go through any other information such as like expiration date, who's the owner of the applications, if it's under contract, if it's under warranty. These are the items that you can't add into NetTerrain. So NetTerrain has a concept of hierarchical drill down type diagrams, meaning you can drill down from a building to a floor. You can import background images. A lot of our customers take pictures of the buildings, go into a floor plan. So again, these are the type of details that you can do in NetTerrain. Going down to the racks and see the actual equipment in the racks. One of the questions we get asked frequently are these models in our catalog. Do we have the latest vendor equipment? Our current catalog is pretty robust, has over 11,000 objects in the catalog. If there is a particular device not in the catalog, you can just request it from us, and it usually takes 24 or 48 hours to send you that catalog request, object catalog. So one thing that's unique with NetTerrain is that it also not only displays the equipment, it also shows a backplane of equipment, showing all the cards, ports. So again, that's something that's very unique with NetTerrain. So again, showing the back components of the equipment. All right. So in addition to hierarchical drill down diagrams, let me go and talk a little bit about the collector. So the collector is where you would start your network discovery. You'll basically load an IP address range. Click to see if you want SNMP enabled with SNMP settings. We also have a WMI as well. And once you're done, you just basically hit discovery. It will go out and discover your network, and you'll see the diagrams in NetTerrain. In addition to that, we also have connectors. Again, as I mentioned before, these are API calls. So AWS, vCenter, Spectrum, ServiceNow. We also have a SolarWinds here as well. I have an older version of NetTerrain on my laptop. So again, that's the process of NetTerrain. You go out and discover your network. You can either use, again, our connectors or through our SNMP discovery. It will also try and go out and discover your layer two as well, again, through CDP and LDP. NetTerrain itself, we offer an on-premise solution as well as a cloud solution. This collector that you see, it supports multi-tenancy. You could put these collectors on your networks, and then when you're ready to discover, you basically hit discover, and once you're done, you can upload that to your NetTerrain server. If you're doing this on the cloud, same thing. With the cloud, you basically download the collector and publish the discovery into your NetTerrain cloud instance. So again, with NetTerrain, we support, again, a cloud instance as well as on-premise. If you do require it on-premise, we do require a Windows Server environment, a Microsoft SQL database server, IIS installed, as well as .NET framework. And all you need is a standard HTML5 web browser to view all the NetTerrain diagrams. Okay. So let's go through other diagrams as well. So when you layer your diagrams, it's going to look very similar to this, but you need to moving around these objects. Um, these assets can be represented in multiple diagrams. So, for example, this logical network view. If you double click on assets, it can bring you down to the back plane of the device. These are what we call breadcrumbs, showing you where that particular device is located. It's in this rack. You can see it blinks. It's in this data center and this rack. All right. In addition to doing the network discovery, building the hierarchical drill-down diagrams to your data centers, you can also build out diagrams for your office floor plans. So some of our customers want to see how are things connected. So, for example, you want to see your copper, your Ethernet. You can see how things are connected to the telecom room, for example. So some of our customers, this is all they do. They want to document their wall jacks. This is especially important for hotels, campuses that need to document where each individual wall jack is in the student dormitory or hotel rooms, or even for offices as well. In addition to the network diagrams, the data center diagrams, you can also do fiber plant diagrams as well. So with that said, I know we estimated about 20 minutes for this webinar, so I'm going to see if there are any questions here. So I hope this gives you a good illustration of the capabilities of what NetTrain can do. There are a lot of functionalities in NetTrain. We have a powerful search capabilities. So if you want to search for an IP address for a particular asset, you'll do a search right here. So I'll just type in Cisco. So do a search for Cisco. There's 293 Cisco devices altogether. One of the items many of our customers ask are management style reports. So we also have a dashboard creator where you can create your own dashboard type reports. So for example, my project has 407 cabinets, 804 devices, but most importantly for data center capacity type reports, this shows you the rack unit utilization, power and space weight availability as well, rack capacity, asset type reports. So if you want to see all your Juniper equipment, for example, you'll double click on this and it'll show you a report of your Juniper assets. All right, that's it. I'm going to put this on hold real quick. All right, so there are a couple of questions in regards to, let's see if I can make this bigger. Hold on a second. I'm trying to get the list of questions here. I think I need help from my marketing person. All right, let's see. Do you also look at Meraki dashboard to complete the design? I'll probably need a little more information about that. Next question. What does this product cost? Great question. So we priced NetTrain by a number of devices or objects. So if I go back here, so devices or objects are anything you place on the catalog to the diagrams. So devices, racks, and nodes are objects. So typically we ask customers how many devices do they have on the network. So that's how we price NetTrain. Again, basically number of network devices we have. So NetTrain starts at $944 for an on-premise solution. That includes up to 100 objects, again, device objects. It includes unlimited users, the integration toolkit, the collector, first-year software maintenance. If you want to do a cloud, the cloud starts at $98 a month. That includes a one-user license. And again, $98 a month. So that's our starting price. It goes up to anywhere from 100 objects to 20,000 objects. More than 20,000 objects, we have an unlimited device tier. How do I get this bigger? All right. So again, is this product an MSP could use for its clients, multi-tenant? Again, through the collector, it supports multi-tenancy. We also have 8 different roles and permission levels you can assign. So, for example, some of our customers, instead of seeing Argentina, Baltimore, Chesapeake, these would be actual customer names, and you can segment your projects off on a per customer basis. Or you can have a separate NetTrain instance for each client. Again, the system requirements. We require Windows Server environment, Microsoft SQL database server license as well. If it's a smaller deployment, we do support Microsoft SQL Express. All you need is an HTML5 web browser to view all the diagrams. We don't need Java, no Flash, nothing to download. Again, just a straight HTML5 web browser. A question about can you record IP addresses associated with interfaces or store encrypted passwords and login information for devices? Yes, you can. Again, as before, record any type of data fields in here. You also have the ability to store attachments as well. Let me show you this. So again, you can, if you want to attach documents for a particular building, you click on attachments and click on add new. So it's funny, internally we use NetTrain for all our internal items. It's like a internal portal. So we do everything that this fellow is asking in regards to storing data, encrypted passwords, login info. We do all that internally for our internal portal. Okay, one last question, actually 2 last questions. Can you discover any equipment that has SNMP? Yes. So please make sure in order to use our discovery that the SNMP needs to be enabled. So you have to enter your SNMP community strings and make sure that it's enabled in order for NetTrain to go out and discover a network. Another question in regards to the discovery, does it go down to the port level? Yes, it does. If there are no other questions, feel free to reach out to me here. You can get a demo, or for more information, go to graphlnetworks.com cloudinstance.com/demo form. You can see the demo form at the bottom of our webpage. You can contact me directly at fred.co@graphicalnetworks.com. If you do want to try out NetTrain and test the discovery itself, I will show you where to go. This is our cloud instance. It's nettrain.com. Click on your email address, start my free trial, and once you're in NetTrain, you basically go to the admin console. Go down here and click on Download Collector. I'll take you through a series of wizards to install the collector on your network. And if you need the instructions after that, feel free to email me, and I will provide those instructions for you. Again, if you'd like to try NetTrain, go out and nettrain.com. So this is our cloud instance. Our prices are shown for our cloud instance here for starter, team, and enterprise. And if you like it, after your trial, just simply click on buy. If you need an on-premise solution, again, feel free to contact me directly. So thank you very much for your time. I do appreciate it. Any other questions, feel free to contact us. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.